Dude, did you like going in and rescuing people?
The fire stuff is, the adrenaline is absolutely like unmatched.
Why?
It is unmatched. I think the fact that like the heat and like you're going in, you can't really see. It's so dark, you can't see your hand in front of your face. Okay, we use like thermal imaging cameras so we can like see heat resources and like literally like if you're gonna find someone that you're either, and we do. I mean, we're literally feeling on the ground searching for people. You know, if somebody really is caught in a structure fire, man, a couple really good breaths of like some really gnarly smoke, you're gonna be unconscious long before the heat gets to you.
I gotta tell you a funny story about your mom.
She was your PE teacher.
Yeah, she sure was, man.
Yeah, she always, every time.
This is what this is about.
Whenever we see your show, she's like, I taught him.
We were gonna go to 7th grade, right? We were in 6th grade,
yeah.
And she was the one responsible for giving us sort of the speech on what to expect when you go into athletics. And she was like, one thing you got to do is you got to go get a physical.
I know where this is going.
Yeah.
I already know where this is going.
She said, and you know, one of the things they do is they check for a hernia. And dude, it freaked me out to no end that some dude was going to be grabbing my balls and I was going to.
Do you want to know why? I know where that was going.
Why?
It's because we had that exact conversation in my own house. You know, it never occurred to me that this was going to be like the first time I was going to go into a locker room where there was going to be like showers.
Yeah, dude.
And we were all good. Like, I guess I just never thought about it. So like football happens, we get there and I like walk in and I'm like, oh, wow, they don't have like stalls for showers in here. And I'm like, you know, I really didn't think much of it. So I go home, right? And I'm like, I kind of like tell my mom. My mom was cool, man. So I like told her everything. I'm like, so cool. Like, there's no like stalls. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like there's not individual showers in here. She's like, and? I'm like, I don't really see my stuff. Reaction, and she's like, you're a dude. Like, that's my mom telling me, like, you're a dude, get over it. And I'm like, what up, say?
Is a very old friend of mine and a very good friend of mine. We grew up playing sports together, went to Central High School, and he is currently the EMS administrator for the San Angelo Fire Department. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, Mr. Mason Matthews. All right, guys, welcome back to the studio. We are back with another very special guest. So this is a good friend of mine, an old friend, Mr. Mason Matthews.
Thanks, Mason. Man. Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely,
man.
Dude. Been trying to get you on for a while. We finally got our schedules.
We did, man.
Aligned.
We
did.
Dude.
So, so for people who don't know who you are, which is a few people.
Well, I don't know. You call me very special. I don't know that I'm a very special guest, but I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here, man.
But tell the audience, look into that camera and give them your elevator pitch. Perfect. Tell them who you are and what you do.
Yeah, man. So my name's Mason Matthews, and I am the EMS administrator for San Angelo Fire Department. Been there almost 17 years. Got a 7-year-old daughter. My wife's named Jenna, and then she has a son and daughter as well, 15 and 7. And man, I love serving this community. I think I do a lot of PR and public education stuff with the fire department. It's something I'm super passionate about. That's it.
I want to thank our sponsors. Let's start with Maximus Nutrition. Thank you guys for sponsoring the show. Guys, if you're looking for protein powder, pre-workout, multivitamins, anything, I'm telling you, they have qualified staff and they will sell you some of the highest, best quality products in the Concho Valley. I also want to thank Angelo MMA and Fitness. If you're looking to lose some weight, to put on some muscle, or if you're looking to get serious about fighting with MMA, Angelo MMA and Fitness is your spot. Also, the Re-Up. So for everything fresh, nutritious, and delicious, the Re-Up San Angelo. I also want to thank Rusty Bartolomeo. He's the Einstein of real estate. So whether you're looking to buy or sell, E equals MC sold with Rusty Bartolomeo. And lastly, I want to thank San Angelo Performing Arts Center. Thank you, everyone, for sponsoring the Matt Cottrell Report. Now back to the interview. Huge workout.
Man, I do work out a lot. Yeah, man, I'm trying to stay young. Man.
Very passionate.
I'm going to tell you, like,
yeah.
I think for a long time it was like vanity. And now it's more like, I'm 40.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I don't want to go. Yeah. I want to fight that as much as possible.
Dude, that's interesting you say that, because that's what's happening with me. I'm making that transition. It was vanity, and now it's like, no, like it's for my mental sanity. It's for, to not wake up with aches and pains, and for longevity.
I am telling you, man, there is nothing that regulates my mood more than working out. And it doesn't even have to be, man, it can be anything. It can be running. It can be, and I don't know if it's like that mental escape, to like just for, 30 minutes to an hour. Like I can, and man, and that probably has a lot to do with just me mentally. Like I can't shut off sometimes. Yeah. And it's the only time that I feel like I can. Yeah. I'm not thinking about my meeting tomorrow or what do I have to get done this week. It's like I get to like almost just think about nothing.
That's right, dude.
It's huge for me.
That's what I tell people exactly.
It is huge for me, man. And my whole day, I used to work out in the mornings. Now I work out. I'm on an 8 to 5 schedule, so I work out right after work every day. Okay. So it like gives me something to look forward to all day.
I was going to ask you that. So there's sports psychology that says you should work out first thing in the morning. That way you can't make excuses and talk yourself out of it.
I do get that. I do get that. And when we were in school, man, powerlifting and stuff was always like first thing in the morning. Right. Yeah. And it does set the tone for the day. You release those endorphins and like the whole day, but like, man, something about looking forward to it at the end of the day.
That's true. So I was going to say, on the other side of the coin, though, the benefit of doing it later is just like you said, something to look forward to. But it's also like it helps you to relieve like the stressors of the day.
I totally agree.
So it's cool.
I could see both.
Yeah, me too.
And I do. I am one of those people that I like if you wake up early and like get everything done. I get that. But man, at the end of a long day, getting to like go put on your workout stuff. And just like, jam out to some music. For sure. Just like check out for like an hour. It's like, I don't know. For me, that's definitely the way to go. So I do the best with that.
So how did you and why did you take the route of going into the fire department to become a firefighter?
So kind of crazy, man. So like, we were both athletes in high school, man. So anything sports I was in. Yep. I graduated high school and really didn't know what I wanted to do. Had no plan. I had a couple schools like recruit me baseball wise. Yeah. And so I went and played baseball.
I thought you played JUCO, right?
I went to it was D3. So I went to Hardin Simmons. Yeah. And the Coach Brooks. So Coach Brooks, that's the coach.
Was he there?
He was, man. He was an assistant.
Really?
So he was my summer ball coach in high school.
Yeah.
And so ASU didn't have baseball yet. Yeah. And so I went to Hardin Simmons, which great school, just really expensive. Yeah. And man, I was, and you probably know this about me, man. I was way more into like the social aspect of school, and the sports, right? Than I was like the academic part. And I think that was just more of like lack of drive, like or lack of what the end result would be. I didn't know I want to be a lawyer. I want to be I knew I wanted to do something like sports related, but I really didn't know what that was going to be. Exactly. Yeah. So go to college because you're supposed to. Mm-hmm. Knew I wanted to play sports, and man, my grades showed that I just wanted to play sports. Really? Yeah, man. So I come home. My parents were like, "Bro, first time you're away from home." And I'm just an Abilene. I'm right down the road, but man, I played a little too hard.
Was it that bad? Like, what were your grades?
They were not good.
You failed?
They were. Oh yeah, I failed some classes, man. And the deal was, man, what was crazy is I picked up. You know how it is, like in high school, like. I think I feel like our personalities were a lot alike. People person, right. I don't want to say I was class clown, but I was, whipping everybody up all the time. Yeah. And I knew how to do just enough to I can get a pretty good grade and the teachers liked me and right, man, but that does not do you any justice in college, man. And I remember one of my first history classes, the guy he stands up and he says, "We have any athletes in the room?" And I'm like, right here, and he's like, "Great, you will be held to a higher standard than everyone else. You will not be, if you miss because of games, yours will be turned in before you leave." And I thought, that's opposite, really, of what you not that athletes get passes, but
but
there was
you had
accommodations
more leeway.
made.
Yeah.
College was not that way, or at least not for me. And my grades showed it, man. And so I come home, my parents were like, "Yeah, we're not paying for that. You need to figure something else out." And so I switched schools and went to Sul Ross.
Well, how did you perform in baseball?
Oh, baseball was excellent, man. I
Really?
went there. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. I was like, so I'm not very tall. I'm like 5'8", with insoles in. And I was like, high school I was like 150 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
I was fast, but I was not like, I was small. When I get to college, man, I gained like 20 pounds my first year of college. And man, I don't know. It's really weird. I got to college and like everybody, the dudes threw, I played center field. The guys threw harder, but like I got better. And I don't know if that was, I don't know what that was. I don't know if I had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
But I went there thinking like, if I don't make it, I could play JV because they had a JV program, and no, I got to play a lot.
Dude.
And it was athlete, but it was very different. College athletics for me. Man, it was a job. It was very. I was not prepared to like manage all of it. And what I mean by that is, in high school, I didn't have to devote so much to like the academic, and like all I cared about was playing and performing sports wise. When I got to college, man, you really had to do both of those. And I was not prepared for that.
I see.
And man, it was tough. I left Hardin-Simmons and went to Sul Ross because it was a lot cheaper. Alpine's cool, but it's not a real. It was not a great place to go to college for me.
Why?
Man, just small town. And Abilene's a lot like San Angelo. They got 3 universities there. There's tons of people. Alpine's a little town, and it was pretty. It was cool.
It is.
But there was not a whole lot to do, but have fun. And play sports. So grades got a little better, but they weren't great. And man, by that time, I was kind of ready to be done.
You were?
Yeah, man. I think I got to a point where I realized like, okay, maybe I'm not going to be a professional baseball player. Like,
even though you had gotten that much better?
I did, man. And I did. I feel like I was like an average to above average baseball player in high school. Man, in college, I felt like a contributor. I mean, I really did. Like, my arm got better. I was faster. I got stronger.
You would think that would give you the drive to want to push it.
There were some buddies that were like going at when I was at Alpine, Sul Ross. There were some buddies that went to like El Paso and played for like their minor league team. And I kind of toyed with the idea, but man, I think I was really more like nervous that I knew it was like coming to an end, and I didn't know what I wanted to be, and I was freaking out a little bit.
That's
I really
good,
was, man.
dude. That's interesting.
It was. So I came back to Angelo, which is not, you know how it is. You want to leave Angelo and never come back, right? So
exactly.
I ended up back in San Angelo, and just gonna go to Angelo State, and I guess pick it. I'm still like undecided.
What is that? Yeah.
And I come back here, and I just don't really know what I want to do, and I thought, well, I'll just coach. Man, I love being around kids, love being around sports. A lot of people in my family were coaches anyway. Yeah. And I thought, man, I could do that and be happy forever. Money doesn't matter. I'll do that route. And man, I was dating a girl at the time, and her dad was a firefighter and loved it. Yeah. And so she took me home, like met her parents and everything. And we went to like visit her dad at the fire station, which is like super intimidating, right? Yeah. He's this big old dude, right? And we show up to the fire station, and I walk in. And Matt, it was like walking in a locker room. Like there's dudes working out. This dude's over here is like watching watching a cooking show and like cooking in the kitchen. Yeah. One dude's playing Halo.
Oh, so
dudes are playing ping pong.
You fell in love with the environment immediately.
What is happening right now? Like And I'm looking around like, these dudes are at work. Like, what is this? And then the bells hit, the tones went off, and they all like bail out, get in the truck, and leave. And I'm like, what the heck just happened? So they all come back, and I'm like, what is the deal? And they're like, man, this is our job, And then we're like, that was just mesmerizing.
Wow.
And I came home, and we come back to Angelo, and I'm like, I'm gonna be a firefighter. Like,
you knew?
It. Like, I'm thinking like, you get to stay in shape. Like, it's a physical job. I did always kind of feel like I might want to serve in some capacity. I just didn't know what that was. And I thought, man, this checks every box. Like, I'll just be a firefighter, right? Wow. Not knowing anything about what went into it. I'll just be a fireman. So I go and apply and got all the way through the process, get all the way to the interview. I walk in. I thought, man, I interview well. I'm a good communicator. I'm gonna knock this out of the park. And I got all the way to the interview and did my interview, thought I'd nailed it, and didn't get the job.
What?
Yeah, man. And
I didn't know that. Why?
It was like a 9-month process.
I know.
And I did not get a job. They hired like 18 people. It's like the most they've ever hired at one time, and I didn't make it. And
what was the reason?
I thought, what the heck, man? I've never like really not made anything.
Yeah,
man, it was humbling.
Yeah.
And they told me, they were like, man, we just didn't, we felt like you were just kind of telling us what we wanted to hear. Like maybe it wasn't like really what you wanted to do. And I'm like, but this is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
When I think back to it, it probably did look like that. So the next year, it rather than discourage me, it angered me. And so I thought, I'll show you.
Yeah.
I'll keep coming in here till you,
Yeah,
I reapply, went through the whole 9-month process again, got all the way to the interview, and used that year to really like get to know some firefighters. What is this? What do you do? Like, what do I do? What can I do? Is there anything I'd be working on in the meantime? And got all the way through to the interview the second time, and same people in the interview. And I walked in and kind of the same questionings and the same everything, and it got to the end, and they offered me a job. I'm like, what happened? They're like, man, we liked you last year. We just wanted to see if you really meant it and if you would come back. And here I am, man, like 17 years later. Now I sit on the interview board. So now I'm sitting in those people's places, and I see now, like I get now why, because we do have some applicants come in, and they're like, you can tell they're like trying, and in their life trying to like make that transition to like, this is what I want to be. Yeah. But they haven't like quite figured out like what it's going to take to be that.
Okay. Yeah.
They can say it.
Right.
It's just like you're looking at their life and you're thinking, man, it's not really showing that.
Yeah.
And if you think about at the time, not good grades, kind of bounced around. I think that probably looked like that for me too. So so I don't know, man. So I kind of just, and then, man, once I got into it, I really just, like I said, I really wanted to just be a firefighter, right? And they, they're going to call us and we're going to go in and read stuff. And man, and they say, well, you have to be a paramedic too. Yeah, I'll do that, whatever that is, right? And now fast forward, here I am, man. Now I'm in charge of EMS for the fire department. If you'd have told me 17 years ago that I was going to be, into the medical stuff and like that, I'd have laughed at you, man. But Isn't it
true that the EMS portion is one of the, I heard this, one of the biggest in Texas or something.
So
like that.
Man, a lot of people, this was crazy. So San Angelo Fire Department. Yeah. So fire covers the whole city. Yeah. The EMS covers the entire county, right? Okay. So all of Tom Green County, there's like 20,000 calls a year. Okay. 15,000 of those 20,000 are EMS. So it is way more EMS related.
And also, not all fire departments have EMS, right?
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Some departments or some cities or municipalities or counties will have they'll just fund the fire department, and like the EMS will be like a private service. Okay. Right? Yeah. San Angelo's not like that, and in my opinion, I think that's the best way to do it. Right.
Oh, interesting.
Obviously, I'm going to say that about our town, but man, the good thing about a service versus a business, and this is no knock on ambulance services or ambulance businesses, they're in it to make money. The city, they are providing that service, so they're using your tax dollars and everything to put together and to hire firefighter, paramedics, and really check both of those boxes. Yeah. And man, when you do that, we can have multiple ambulances. Like if you're a private service, they're going to have, their bottom dollar is going to be able to fund 4 ambulances, and that's it. But the city is able to fund 6 ambulances. Okay. And they do that, and that's the difference kind of between a business and a service. I see. So, I really like our model. And every city's just got to do what they got to do. Right. But I really like the way we do it here in San Angelo, in Tom Green County. It's pretty cool. So,
wow,
yeah,
dude.
Man.
So what was your favorite part about going through that process? Did you like the EMS stuff the best, or like the firefighting?
What was crazy, man, is they put you through, and we pay you. We pay you to go to school. Yeah. And you can go through fire school. You go through fire school, and then you go through paramedic school. When you go to the fire school, it's awesome, right? They're lighting stuff on fire. Yeah. Right? And they're going, hey, man, get in there. And that part was awesome, right? Yeah. Super physical, super cool. Rough and tough and, knuckle dragging type stuff. And then you get to the paramedic, and then they start talking about, these disease processes and, heart attacks and trauma-related things and respiratory-related things. And I'll never forget, man, I'm sitting in paramedic, and I have this epiphany, I'm going to be in the back of an ambulance, and someone's going to die, and I'm going to have to fix that. And that used to it freaked me out. It really did. I thought, dang, it's so weird to think about your whole life. You grow up and you think, man, if it's real bad, we'll just call 911, right? And those people are going to show up and fix it, okay? Well, now you are those people, and there's no one to call. Yeah. So when you're in the back, and what if I get to a point where I don't know what to do? Like,
Dude,
who am I gonna call?
Right.
Like, and and it's just gonna be me and this person's grandma sitting in the back, and I'm gonna have to fix that. Like, what if I forget?
Yeah.
What if I don't? That freaked me out, man. And I will tell you, probably for the first time ever, like, I had some light at the end of the tunnel. And what I mean by that is, like, academically, for the first time ever, I like wholeheartedly like applied myself, because I was freaked out about, I'm not gonna ever not know. Like,
nice.
So
Wow.
you know, I started learning some study habits, and found out, like, really quickly, like, academically, like, what I'm capable of. Which I would have never figured out otherwise. You know. And so it was
Dang,
you know, I guess
dude.
kind of start realizing some of your potential and what you could have done, you know, if you'd applied yourself earlier on. And, but I mean, a lot of that's just maturity, and the difference was I was going to be tested at the end. At the end, not only was I going to take a test to get a certification, I want to be in the back of the ambulance, and it's going to matter, you know. And I took that really serious, and I still do. I think all of our personnel do. Like, I mean, it's a big deal, man. Like,
dude,
I mean, you know it is. I mean, like, I mean, we've all got family members, you know, and
it is.
they teach you that you know, you every patient that you run on, like, I try to have that empathy or sympathy that, like, you know, that's my grandma or that's my
exactly.
granddad. And,
it's
huge,
dude, you
man.
were like
It's
that.
huge.
You are like that.
But I'm gonna tell you, you have to be, man. You cannot. I don't know many people in this line of work that don't do that, because
Really?
it is, man. If you think about it, you know, we're off. I mean, there's days we're off too, and we get in wrecks, and we call 911, and they're showing up. You know, to our wreck. You know, so you know, I try to be. I guess I try to be like the paramedic or the firefighter that I want showing up to my, you know, my family member or me.
Yeah,
for that
exactly.
matter. You know, that's something I take pretty seriously. Take a lot of pride in, so.
Dude.
Yeah.
So when you're learning that kind of stuff, you're essentially like a doctor, or like at least a nurse that's on the road, right?
It is. It's
Don't
a little.
you do everything that they do?
It is.
kinda?
It's a little different. So like, there's tiers in the medical world, right?
Yeah.
So you have the doctors at the top, right? And then there's all these, you know, PAs and NPs, and then nurses, and I would still put paramedics kind of down at the bottom, pre-hospital.
Yeah.
But the skill set that we're given, right, is very similar to what a nurse and a doctor can do.
Right.
The difference is like the nurses, like nursing's got a lot more anatomy physiology than a paramedic does, meaning like they understand the process of why you're not breathing a lot more. Like, this is happening and this is happening that's causing this to happen, and now this is messing your breathing up or making you feel this way.
Yeah.
A doctor certainly knows those things.
Yeah.
A paramedic probably doesn't know as much about the extent and why it's happening.
Right.
They just know it's happening and how to fix it.
Oh, interesting.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like in the back, so a lot of times, you know, there's a lot of situations where there are probably some times in like a skill set, a paramedic might be, I don't want to say better than a nurse, but might be able to do things a little different than a nurse.
That makes sense.
But that's because we're so heavy on like, see your symptoms, fix your symptoms,
right?
Rather than see your symptoms, why is that happening? Like, it's not.
Makes sense.
911's not for that, right?
Right.
But pre-hospital is like, I show up, you feel like this, I fix it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so man, there is, paramedics got a really cool skill set, man, and I really like that aspect of it.
I do too.
So it's cool.
What
Very
about
cool.
so Narcan, dude?
Yeah.
I had
man.
her name is I can't think of her name right now, but she works for ADAC, and she's a big advocate for Narcan. She goes around and educates schools and hands out Narcan packets. And so what's your experience been like with that? I mean, is it really become...
It's real, man. Like, it's real. And I'm going to tell you something, you know, and growing up in San Angelo, right?
Yeah.
You know, we were... I don't want to say sheltered, right? But we just didn't have maybe like the news outlets that we have now.
Right.
So like, you know, one thing I always hear sometimes, like, man, San Angelo's really just changed, man. You know, there's all this crime now, and I think there was always like that.
Yeah,
I think there was always drugs. I think there was always crime. I think there was always stuff. I just think you didn't always hear about it.
Yeah, I think
now there's a lot of people reporting on it, so you're just hearing about it all the time. But yeah, man, the fentanyl stuff's real, man.
Yeah.
You know, we you know, knock on wood, we don't make a ton of it where our guys are being affected by it, but yeah, I mean, we take measures. I mean, our guys are wearing fentanyl-proof gloves on the ambulance, you know, so they don't get their hands into it. I do several trainings with you know, several other departments in the city. You know, if you do come in contact with it, or if somebody does, you know, man, the Narcan stuff. If you'd have told me 17 years ago right? Narcan was like this thing that we would go on these, we'd go on an overdose and we'd push this Narcan. But if you ever, if you had told me 17 years ago that it would be like given out to like lay people, oh, dude, I would have. I'd have laughed at you.
I know. Yeah.
I'd have totally laughed at you, man. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that there's a lot of other courses that I teach. Stop the Bleed, which is like aimed towards like mass casualty events and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you'd have told me I was going to be teaching that stuff, when I got in the fire department, I mean, it was just a different world, man. Things have changed so much, man. Yeah. But yeah, the Narcan stuff's real.
Yeah. Have you ever had to personally administer and save some? Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Plenty of times.
I've used Narcan. Now you got to understand, mine was a little different, right? On the ambulance, we were probably we see overdoses quite a bit. I don't know that it was as like prevalent as it is now because of the fentanyl.
Yeah.
Right now, I think like lay people are seeing it, and you can see it. Like, look on any news media outlet, right? Yeah, you can like. There's people like tweaking out just on camera.
Exactly.
I don't think it was always like that.
Right.
But yeah, man, I pushed Narcan a lot of times. A lot of times in my career. Yeah, man.
That's nuts, dude.
And it works like instantly. Any opioid.
I was going to ask you that. So does it literally, like, they're like, whatever, they're unconscious and out of it, it brings them straight out of it.
It will bring them. I have gone on, there's a lot of people that take, and I'll just use this for example, there's a lot of people that take morphine for pain. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's very easily, take it too close together, take too much at one time.
Yeah.
And they'll overdose, man. And I'm telling you can push Narcan and it instantly reverses it. Or you go on somebody that has a drug issue and will show up and they are like on the verge, not breathing properly, still have a heartbeat, but like, I mean, they're on death's doorstep.
Yeah.
Push the Narcan and they immediately wake up and are upset.
That's true.
Because you took the highway.
I hear that a lot, but that's
true. It's very real, man. It's very, very real. It is, man.
What about this? After you administer the Narcan, they come back, they're completely sober.
Yep.
If they use again right after, will they get high again?
I imagine I imagine no. I imagine why the Narcan's still in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that Narcan's going to wear off really quickly.
Yeah.
And that's why we're real careful. When an ambulance comes to your emergency, we're not the cops, right? We can't make you go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Right? As long as you can answer what we call, like, as long as you're within sound mind, you can answer presidents. Who's the president? What's today? Who's that over there? If I feel that you're within the right like mental capacity to say I don't want to go to the hospital, then we don't make you.
I see.
But at the same time, I'm not going to show up where you're OD'd, give you Narcan. Now you can answer all my questions and me go, okay, man, see you later.
Yeah,
man, that's a little different.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
But no, man, it is. Narcan's crazy.
Yeah,
it really is, man.
It's a crazy.
And there are, man. There's we deal with a lot of drugs.
Yeah,
it's just real. Yeah,
man, dude.
Pretty wild.
So, what about as a firefighter? Have you had some crazy experiences going into burning houses?
So everybody jokes with me now that I'm like admin and I'm 8 to 5. I don't really get to do as much fire stuff. So it's like the big joke at the fire department. People always ask, like, "Hey, remember when you were a firefighter?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Do you miss it?
Oh, dude, I do. I miss it a lot. I miss it. I really like my position. I really like what
you wouldn't go back.
Oh yeah, I would in a heartbeat. Yeah. Oh,
why don't you?
I like where I'm at too, man. I've kind of got like a skill set in the administrator, like in my admin role, that man I can affect a lot of change too.
Yeah.
I really like that.
That's cool.
But I do miss just like being one of the crews.
Yeah.
Man, some of the fires, the adrenaline on a fire,
really,
dude. Just can't. They just had that big fire downtown.
Yeah.
Man, something like that. That is like your dream as a firefighter, is to make a fire like that, because you get to use all your toys. Especially that was a good one. No one got hurt, right? So there's nobody's life's at stake. So, but it's just this big gnarly fire. And you're just you're pushing a bunch of water. You're getting to use the deck guns on all the ladder trucks. Really getting to kind of like flex your firefighter muscles, as far as say, in your skill set. I mean, I've made some really, really good fires. I was at Central Fire Station for most of my career, and so you're centrally located, so the likelihood of you being in your district and you getting to go is good. It's kind of weird sometimes, if you think about it. I always say this, but like a good day for firefighters is like a bad day for everybody else. If you think about it, right? Because we want to work.
Absolutely,
yes, I don't want your stuff to burn down, but I do want to go to a fire.
Exactly, totally.
And, so it's kind of like this backwards mentality. While you're at work, you're like, you'll be sitting around and we'll have people like ride out with us sometimes, like civilians, and like they'll hear us and like, oh, I really hope we get a fire today. And they're like, why would you hope that? And I'm like, oh, it's not like that.
Yeah. So, is it true that one of the most dangerous things about a fire is smoke inhalation?
Oh, dude, smoke's the killer, man.
It is?
When you see, I mean, obviously heat and all that stuff, but man, if somebody really is, and we're taught this, in fire school and everything, if somebody really is caught in a structure fire, man, a couple really, really good breaths of like some really gnarly smoke, you're going to be unconscious long before the heat gets to you.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, man.
Dude.
And we judge that. A lot of times if we show up, a lot of things we talk about is, we risk a lot to save a lot and risk a little to save a little.
Oh, cool.
We don't, if we show up and there's just this raging inferno, it's very clear that that's not, someone couldn't survive that. We're not going to take a chance and send a bunch of firefighters in there and risk a roof collapse or wall collapse or something like that. But no, man, the smoke gets you way before the flames and heat and stuff get you. Yeah, man. That's smoke.
Is there any way to combat that besides a mask? I mean, is it true that getting as low as possible?
It is. So obviously heat rises, right?
Yeah.
So man, I will tell you, one of the best things you can do is one of the things that we teach our firefighters is about like a vent and flow control. So like understanding fire, right? I mean, we literally try to teach like the science of like what's happening, and man, you can, and depending on a lot of different like aspects, so you can walk up to a house, say there's a fire on the inside, but no windows have been open, no doors have been open, it's not a fed fire. And if you think about it, right, like it's burning up the oxygen and fuel that's inside, but if it's closed off to the outside and there's no oxygen getting to it, it's either going to burn itself out at some point. But if you think about it, then someone's like, oh man, there's smoke coming out of there. So what do? They walk over and they open the door. Guess what you just did?
Oh.
I mean, you just pressed turbo, right? So now you've introduced oxygen to the front. And if, let's say, the fire was in the back, that fire is going to eat towards the oxygen, and you just spread the fire from the back to the front. You just scorched the whole house. Yeah, man.
Wow.
So we teach a lot of our firefighters and police officers, for that matter. You don't want to show up and just start busting out windows, because now you're oxygen.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, man, there's a lot. You would think like, well, there's probably not that much to it. It's fire and you spray water on it, but it is, man. We teach our crews like really about okay, where's it at? It's in the back. I need to make entry into the back so I don't pull it to the front. Just a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot more to it than what you would think. So
when y'all go to a fire, do you, as a crew, do y'all assess it first?
We do.
Figure out a game plan?
We do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so when the tones roll out, they will, it obviously is going to grab what we do, like what's called a first alarm. So you get 3 fire engines, the battalion chief, a rescue truck, and an ambulance. Okay. So what's going to happen is it's going to send those closest units based on like where the address comes in at. But when we know like rolling over there, the first engine there is going straight in to put the fire out. The second engine's going to back them up. The third engine is going to hook up to like a fire hydrant, a water supply.
Yeah.
The rescue truck, when they get there, they're going to go in and search for people inside the house. But everybody already has those like designed, like, I know what I'm doing. Right. If I show up and I'm the first truck there, I'm what's called the attack. I'm going in. But yeah, man, we absolutely, when they get there, the officer on the truck will do what's called a hot lap. So they make one literally lap around the house or whatever, looking at everything that they can, and making sure that what's closed up is closed up, or what's open is closed up, and things like that. Oh man, the fire's in the back. Hey, y'all pull that line around to the backyard. We're going to go into the back door rather than the front, because the fire's right there. So yeah, man, there's a lot to it, man. And then after it happens, we always have an after incident.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey man, what we do good? What we do bad? Bro, man, don't do that again. So we're real big about like correcting our mistakes.
That's cool.
It's big, man.
Yeah.
It's just like a sports team would.
Exactly.
No
right.
different, man.
Yeah.
There's a game plan. And then after that, you're going to watch film and
go, what
were we thinking, It's the exact same thing.
What was your favorite thing to do? Did you like going in and rescuing people, or did you like putting out the fires?
The fire stuff is, the adrenaline is absolutely like unmatched.
Why?
It is unmatched. I think the fact that like the heat and like you're going in, you can't really see. You watch like firefighting movies and stuff, Backdraft and some of the Ladder 49 and stuff like that. And you'll see these firefighters like in the fire, and they're like, "Hey, bro," and they're like talking to each other. That's not real.
That didn't happen.
No, man, it's so dark. You can't see your hand in front of your face. Okay, we use like thermal imaging cameras, so we can like see heat resources, and like literally, like if you're gonna find someone that you're either, and we do. I mean, we're literally feeling on the ground, searching for people, checking in beds, checking under beds, checking in closets, like, and they're teaching us all of that. You know, when you go in, you always go to the left, and you go all the way around the room.
Why the left?
So, or the right, you choose. But the deal is like if I go into your bedroom, I'm going to go all the way, and as long as I do it the same every time. Because if you think about it, if I go into a house and I have zero visibility, if I go to the left the whole time, I should go to the left and go all the way around your house till I get back to the front door, go left and go out. That's how we're taught. So that way you don't get lost. That's a big deal. You don't get lost. And we're hooked up. You know, we've got an SCBA tank on us. We've only, you only got so much air, right? So if you think about it this way, if I get in and I'm like halfway into your house or halfway into searching your house, and I'm 30 minutes into this bottle, and I mean, I've got to make it out. So do I have enough to finish the house, or do I just got to retreat and get out? You know,
have you ever had a scary situation?
Man, a few. You know, luckily I've never run out of air, and that has a lot to do with, you know, what kind of shape you're in. Right. I mean, you know, probably not a good shape. You're going to blow through a bottle. You're just going to suck it dry. Really? Oh yeah, man. I mean, our cardiovascular stuff is a big deal. You got to be strong enough. You're carrying like 100 pounds of gear on top of you anyway. And then you're working, and then your adrenaline's pumping, and you know, there's just all these factors. So I loved that. I will say that, but then again, the EMS side of it and the adrenaline of that is a lot too, man. Like fire is a whole different type. It's a very physical type of rush. Ambulance, you know, you're showing up and, you know, you're delivering a baby. Or you're showing up.
You've done that?
Oh yeah, man. Wow, dude. There's nothing to prepare you. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. This job is. It literally is crazy. Like, well, I'll go to places and people are like, "Is it like Chicago Fire?" And I'm like, "Take Chicago Fire, multiply it times 10."
What?
Yeah, man. This job is nuts.
You've helped deliver a baby?
I have. I've delivered 5 babies.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What was that like,
dude? And this was all before I had my own child.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, man. Like, first of all, I think there should be a rule that you shouldn't have to do that unless it's like your own. First of all, But man, you want to talk about. Oh no, right? And honestly, like when you're in paramedic school, they go over like the OB chapter, right? And they're like telling you this stuff, and you're like, God, I don't want to do that at all. Like, and then it happens, and you're like trying to remember like all this stuff, but it's just wild.
Are you on the phone with
No, man. Now we do have the ability. We can call. We have like a medical director, so I can call a physician at any time. Like, what do I do with you? What do you want me to do? You know, and they'll tell us. But like we have like it's called protocols or guidelines. We have like a playbook in the back of the ambulance. And if you show up to like a heart attack, you flip to a heart attack and it tells you to do A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
Same thing. You show up to
you shown up to people having heart attacks
all the time, man. All the time.
What's that like, dude?
Man, so heart attacks. So first of all, a lot of people think that a heart attack's like when you die. Not necessarily, right? You can be having a heart attack and fully awake. Okay. Cardiac arrest is pretty gnarly, right? Where your heart stops. I think that is probably what's really weird, Matt. I always tell people this. To me, showing up to someone who is, we call it code. So if you code, that means you go into cardiac arrest, right? I always thought it was so much harder to show up to somebody who is like about to code. Like maybe they're having an asthma attack or they are having a heart attack, and I can tell that their heart's about to stop. Keeping their heart from stopping is way more complex and nerve-wracking to me than showing up and they don't have a pulse. Like if somebody doesn't have a pulse, like I know what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
I'm going to do CPR. I'm going to push this drug. I'm going to shock them with the monitor. Like I don't want to say it gets easier, but it is much more regimented.
That makes sense.
If I show up and I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with you, and while I'm trying to figure it out, I can see you like circling the drain. Like, I've got to hurry. Like, okay, why are they having this? Oh man, like
what are the signs of that?
Oh, dude, breathing, right? So a lot of times breathing, a look. Sometimes I can't explain it to you. Like, you can just tell by the way someone looks. And there's times, you know, I've been able, you know, and our crews do this all the time. They'll walk in, and you can just, the person just kind of has this look, and you're like, oh, here we go. Like, it's time, you know. It's just really interesting, man. It's crazy that you get to where you know that. Like meaning
that's what I was just thinking.
That's a weird skill set.
Yeah,
to have,
it is.
You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of awkward. And the other deal is, you know, this job, like, you're never off. Like, I'll be watching a junior high football game, right? And someone gets hit, and let's just say that the ambulance, they haven't hired an ambulance to be on standby. Everybody's like, Mason, You know,
yeah.
you're just there watching, and you're
That
like,
happens sometimes?
Yeah, all the time, man.
What about choking? You ever help someone that was choking?
I've made a lot of choking calls.
Really?
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Man, have you seen those? This is not a plug for them.
The suction things?
Yeah.
Are those good?
They work.
So that's worth
We are
worth
we're
investing
carrying
in?
them on the ambulance.
Dude, I'm getting one of those.
They're called life vacs.
Yes.
It's like a little plunger pool. They're amazing, man.
Because isn't it true that the Heimlich doesn't always work, right?
So let's take it this way. What are you, like 6'2"?
6'5".
Okay, yeah. Well, there you go.
270
So you're 6'5",
pounds.
you're a big boy, right?
Yeah.
If you're legit choking, so me at my 5'8", 185 pounds, I'm probably not going to be able to like effectively like dislodge it with the Heimlich, right?
But I know what you mean.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But let's just say, I'm an 80-year-old woman.
Exactly.
Am I going to be able to do that to you?
No. Yeah.
That's where that life vac's really cool. Is the size doesn't matter as long as you get like a good suction. It's like super effective. So they're awesome, man. I thought they were kind of gimmicky.
You did?
I did.
Yeah.
And you're seeing videos on them and stuff.
Well, have you seen the videos? Like they're advertising for them, and it's literally people who are choking.
Yes.
And they're like trying to get it out of them.
Have you seen them they'll do it to themselves. That's the other
Really?
crazy. Yes. So this life vac, it's literally like a plunger.
Oh, that's great.
So if you're choking, right, you literally put the thing on your mouth, and you can unchoke yourself.
That's so
That
great.
is crazy to me. Yeah, man, they're really good. We're gonna carry them on all the.
It makes me sad seeing those videos of people choking, and the camera at their house, whatever, is catching them, and they don't know what to do.
Nope.
They're freaking themselves.
The freak out is the freak out's real, man.
Yeah.
It is, if you've ever, and I've had some really bad luck, like off duty.
Yeah.
Right. Like I can think of one restaurant here in town. I won't even say what it is, but I off duty eating dinner there have done the Heimlich and dislodged something from somebody 2 separate times, like not even at work.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, man, it's real. It happens.
Yeah.
Kids, right? I've been. I don't know why that's happened to me. It's happened to me several times, like in restaurants. Crazy, so yeah, it's wild.
What's the primary cause for that? Is it because they're not chewing
on
the
all
food
of
enough?
Those, all of the ones now on duty, I've made several where there's just they're taking a breath in while they're eating. There's a lot of different reasons, but it's usually too big of bites, man. Meat, fruit, grapes, right? The grapes and kids, right? They're all cut up. I hate to be that guy, but it matters, man. I mean, if you think about it, coins. Kids with coins, man. Dude. I will tell you this: one of the big things, right? This isn't but I do a lot of public education, so I can't. Yeah. I have to do this, but
absolutely,
man. If somebody is choking, right? If they're moving any air at all, so like if they're, don't touch them.
Don't touch them.
You go smacking them.
Yeah.
And let's just say whatever it is partially blocking their airway, and you go hit their back, and they take a breath in. Now it's going to completely occlude it.
So what do you do?
So man, if they're like moving some kind of air, just encourage them to keep coughing and try to like expel it out. But if they're like, and there's nothing coming out, you better do something fast. Like try to dislodge it. So, it's wild. And you only have a few minutes before they go unconscious. So it's crazy. Crazy.
Dang.
But I teach a lot of classes about that, man.
That's
good. I go out this morning. I went to Wall High School. It's now and taught like hands-only CPR and like the AED and the stop the bleed. There's a lot of schools that reach out and get us to do that stuff.
Awesome.
I mean, I don't remember taking classes like that in high school.
I know.
I think it's really cool that they're teaching young kids how to do this stuff. It's awesome. Awesome. So and it's good for us, right? If you're the one choking, maybe some high school kid goes, "Hey, man, I know how to do this." Like,
exactly, dude.
You know, so it's good.
Have you ever been on a call or like seen somebody maybe having a heart attack, and have you ever seen anything supernatural at all?
You know, man, I'll say this. I don't know if I'll call it supernatural. I will say that I think this job would be really hard to do without having some kind of faith system. Man, some of the stuff, man, I'm very like one of those people that believes that like everything happens for a reason.
Me too.
You may not know the reason then, but like, at some point you're gonna go, or at least I'm gonna, my optimistic brain is gonna like find a way to like say like, you know what, that was a good thing because man, in this job I feel like there's not always that. And what I mean by that is like sometimes just really crazy crappy things happen to people, and there's not a whole lot of and as the paramedic or the firefighter showing up to the 911 call, you don't have any of the backstory. You don't know these people's, like,
That's right.
how did it lead up to right now? All I know is this is happening, and I'm witnessing it. And not only am I witnessing it, then I have to, like, go to work and fix it. And then I might fix it, and the outcome might be good, or the outcome might be bad. And then I really don't, we really don't get a whole lot of, like, closure after
That's
the fact.
right, yeah.
And that's really hard mentally sometimes to, like, put away, right?
Yeah.
Like, going on, like, injuries to kids, or murders, or suicides, or, and you don't get any of the backstory. You don't get any of, like, the, man, why did that happen? Like, why did I have to see that? Why did that's hard sometimes. I will not lie. That is probably, and that's what I mean by, I do feel like some type of, like, faith, believing in a higher power, whatever that's going to be, for a firefighter and a paramedic's really big, for you to be able to, like, move on from that and go to the next call. Because the deal is a lot of times, you'll go on a call like that at 8 o'clock in the morning, man. You still got 24 hours to go. Like, the next call's coming in, man. And the next call is going to be your family member, and you're going to expect my best, right? And you don't care what I just saw.
You don't have time to sit there and process.
Hey, man, do you know what I just saw? No, I don't care. Like, my mom's having a heart attack. Fix it. Like, and that's the reality. I mean, that's the truth. Like, you have to, like, that short-term memory has to be legit, because you're going to go on the next call. I always tell people this. People they'll come do, like, tours at the fire station, and they'll ask, like, what's this job like, and is it hard? And man, what's crazy is the other day, one of our crews, I'm looking at their, my job's kind of to look at their runs during the day and, like, make sure they do the right things, and check the boxes and stuff. And what this crew comes in the morning, and their very first call is a cardiac arrest. Okay. Like, someone didn't wake up that morning, right? They show up, they do a full CPR, the whole 9 yards, and the person doesn't make it. Okay. They leave that call, and then they go to a lady who fell and broke her leg. Okay, right out in the middle of the street. Went to go check her mail, stepped off, broke her leg.
Dang.
They fix her all up. Her life's probably, she's very, very elderly. Her life's probably changed forever now. Okay.
Yep.
And then they leave that call, and then they go on a just to help somebody up in their house. Right. The next call they go to, they deliver a baby, and they haven't even had breakfast yet. Like, dude, that's their first 4 hours. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You've had days like that?
Oh, yeah. And when you think about it, like, that's our job in a nutshell, man. Like, it's just this, like, constant. And then there's days that aren't that crazy busy. You know, Matt? Like, there's times where we are just kind of sitting around waiting for stuff to happen. And, but I think that's the cool part of the job is that, like, if you think about it, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 365 days a year, there's 50 firefighters every single day just sitting at those fire stations waiting.
Yeah.
Like, just waiting for whatever to happen.
That's right.
It's pretty cool, man. It's really cool.
Dude, there's I'm going to try not to get emotional talking about this, but there was so back in 2013, my grandmother was sick, and so I remember I was staying at her house, and I heard the ambulance, and I was like, man, that's weird. It's getting closer. And it just kept getting closer. And I was like, well, that's weird. It's like right outside. Yeah. And I didn't realize that it was parked in front of the house. And so I went into her room, and it was y'all. It was you. Yeah. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do.
And it was you, and I don't remember who else was with you.
That's crazy. I do remember that.
You do?
When you started telling the story, I didn't, and now I do remember that. Yes, I do.
And so what was weird about that, dude, is I had no idea at the time that she was in a position to where she needed EMS, emergency services. I had no idea she was that bad. Yep. And sorry.
You're good, man. You're good. So I'm going to tell you this. Matt. That right there, and I will tell you that's one of the hardest parts I think about being a firefighter, like in your hometown. You're every call we make, man, like especially growing up here, right? It's going to be somebody I know, or it's going to be a friend, somebody, and that's what I mean by you never know who every call I go on is important to somebody. Like
that's right.
There's no time to and what I mean by that, if you've just been getting smoked all day, right? And I'm just tired and I haven't, and that next call that comes in is my buddy's grandma. Okay. When I walk in, you expect me to walk in and what's up? I got this.
Yeah.
Like, what's up? You know, and that's hard, man. It is hard to press reset every time and like go in and here we go. You know what I mean?
Dude.
But there's no time.
That's what I'll never forget.
There's no time to like have a run that goes, man, I'm just off on this.
Exactly.
Because your grandmother deserves that. We're big about. That's a big deal to me, man. It's a really
I
big
could
deal
tell.
to me.
Like that's what I'll never forget about that was like how serious you were about the situation and how respectful you were.
And you're never.
It was cool.
I'm not trying to cut you off. You know that I can see how profound that was, and you know what? You're never going to forget that, and that's why that stuff.
That's right.
That's why I mean, obviously, number one is taking care of the issue, but what I mean by is it's all the other people too. It's the family that goes. You know, let's just say that that outcome goes bad, man. I cannot tell you how many times people come and they say, you know, let's just say we show up and we work CPR and it doesn't go well, right? And they come to the station months later and go, you know, I will never forget how hard y'all just tried to do that. That's a big deal, man. And in the moment,
people,
yes,
yeah.
And in the moment, man, I'm just doing my job. Like, man, this is my third one. It's my third cardiac arrest today. Like, I'm just doing my job. But like to them, they will never forget that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And that's just something, man, like even, like I said, 17 years into my career, I still think about that. I cannot tell you how many times, how real how palpable that is to me.
Yeah.
You look and you see me and I'm like, hey, Matt, we got her, man.
Yeah.
We're going to take good care of her. Like, that's a big deal. You know, it's a really big deal to me, man. And I hope, and I do. I think that all of our personnel.
It was cool. It was very. So it was just very comforting too. You know.
Yep.
To know you were there.
Yep.
It was cool.
That's awesome, man.
So
That's awesome.
I mean, I just.
Yeah.
Highly respect that, dude.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I love my job. It is really hard, but it is. I always joke, you know, that I do this for free, but I just get lucky enough to get paid for it. And I do mean that. I mean, I do like that I get a paycheck, but man, the rewarding part of this job is worth it. And I will tell you, all of our firefighters feel that way.
Really?
They would be, man. There's no way you can do this job like for a career and not feel.
I could imagine.
No and there are people sometimes that just say, hey, this isn't for me, and that's okay. But man, all the guys and girls that are there and stay there 20 years. When you think about what you're going to see in 20 years, and in 20 years still have to do it like you did it on day one is it takes a special type of person.
Do you know Zach Crooks?
Yeah, I know Zach real well. Yeah, man.
He's a good kid.
He is a good dude, man. Yeah. He's really heavy in our. He left the fire department.
He did?
Yeah. He's trying to get on in Abilene. And,
why?
I don't know. That's just he wanted to go to Abilene.
Is he on the fire department in Abilene?
He's trying to get. I think he's trying to lateral over there.
Yeah. Okay.
But man, Zach was really heavy in our like TAC med. So we have a TAC med program, right?
What's that?
So basically, like where medics will show up when they're doing like high risk warrants, and stuff, and we work with PD and SO. So that way, like, you know, you've got like the SWAT team of those guys, but then you also have like medics that are trained in like tactical medicine.
Okay.
Which is awesome. Awesome for obviously the officers, but good for the person too, in case things go bad.
Right.
But yeah, man, we're really, really like trying to make a move into like tactical medicine type stuff. So pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
So, do you think you will go back to the field like that? Or
you know, I don't know. I kind of got voluntold into the spot that I'm in, which is good, right? I mean, they're kind of saying like,
they want you.
Hey man, you do a good job, but so we're gonna move you to admin. And you're like, well, if I do a good job, why are you taking me away from the job? Type deal. But like I said, I do like being able to like. It allows me to do a lot of this public education, like go out into the community and like teach CPR, and I do like that a lot. And I do like administratively being able to like see like, okay, this isn't working, we need to fix this now. Oh, hey man, we're gonna try this. So, you know, I like that. I like having like my hands in that. I like that. I do like that. Sure. I don't know about that, but I do like, you know, praising people when they do well. When we don't do well, hey man, that's not going to fly.
You don't think you'd like to be in a higher leadership position?
You know, I don't know, man. I will tell you the cool thing, being the spot I'm in, I get to sit in administration with like the fire chief and the two assistants. And man, their job's really hard.
Wow.
And what I mean by that is, I kind of feel like I don't want to say I had aspirations to like be a fire chief one day, because I really never felt that way.
Okay.
I kind of like being the supporter role.
Yeah.
I kind of like maybe being like number 3 or 4 or 5,
Sure.
like down here, and be like, hey man, what do you need? How can I make you look good? Like,
Man, that's cool,
I like
dude.
that. I really like that.
That's cool.
And
Yeah.
and I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of like getting to sit in admin and help the chiefs and their job.
Okay.
Make it be easier.
Would you ever
Does that make
consider
sense?
running for public office though?
I don't know, man. I will tell
Dude,
you this.
I always thought you would do that.
I will tell you this, man. I don't know that. I don't know that politics is for me. Let me tell you why. And you know this. I know you know this. So there is some like, how do I say this right? In politics, there's some like, you can't show your hand too much.
Yeah.
You kind of got to keep some things close to the chest. Man, that's just not really the way I do stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather like say,
It's
this
so
is
true.
what I'm thinking. This is what I'm going to do.
Yep.
And that's exactly what
That's
I'm going to
so
do.
true.
And
Yeah.
I don't know that would be good all the time in politics.
Yeah. Man, that's
the other
well
thing
said.
that's
Yeah.
interesting, man, is like I work in public service. It has to be transparent. Right?
Yeah.
Your tax dollars pay for my
That's right.
salary. Your tax dollars pay for the fire trucks and the fire stations
Yep.
and everything. So like it has to be transparent. Like
Yep.
this is your money and this is where it's going.
right.
So when you see me at Wall High School or Central High School teaching this class, you're like, that's what my tax dollars are
Exactly,
paying for.
dude.
Like that. That is very important to me.
It is. Yeah.
I
cool.
don't know that I would feel the same way if it wasn't in like a public service capacity.
Yeah, I see.
So
I see.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Do I think are there things that I would like to be involved with? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
What about
I
just,
really like
just
the
like
lane
city
I'm in.
council type stuff?
Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know. I think their job's really hard.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, man, I'm a people pleaser. And I know that like in one of those roles I would not be able to please everyone. And I think that would be really hard.
Yeah.
I think that'd be hard
for me too.
I think that'd be
Yeah,
hard for me.
Exactly. Dude.
To know that I might be, if I'm pleasing half the people, that means I'm letting the other half
Yep.
down. I
right.
think that would be really hard for me personally. So
Are y'all pretty close with the police department?
absolutely, man.
Do y'all still do the baseball game and all that?
No, we don't do.
Why?
We did guns and hoses for a long time. So we do a basketball game.
Okay,
We
yeah.
did softball for a long time.
Yeah.
We beat them every year, really bad.
Yeah.
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 Sorry guys, but
Y'all had some athletes,
baseball, we had that down.
Oh, yeah.
Then a few years ago, we started doing a basketball game, and they beat us every
They
time.
did?
Yeah, they got some ballers. Man.
Interesting.
They got a few dudes that could ball.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. They're. I think they're
Nice.
like, hey, you're beating us in softball. Let's pick a sport we can win at. But either way,
Y'all should play
No, I mean we
full pads,
we were,
football, tackle football.
The fire chief. So Chief
Yeah.
Brody with the fire chief and Chief Griffith.
Yeah.
The police department. I don't think would ever let that happen because
I
then we'd
know.
have people hurt.
I
and
know,
that-
yeah.
Then it'd cause like a civil war. And
Yeah, it would.
No, man, we work really well, dude. We have a
That's
great
cool.
relationship with the police department. We do
Yeah.
a lot of like. Training together.
Yeah.
We do a ton of like, hey man, what are y'all doing over here? How can we help y'all over here?
Uh-huh.
No man, we have a very good relationship with police.
Yeah,
department.
yeah.
I
I gotta tell you a funny story
Yeah.
about your mom.
Oh gosh,
So
my mom.
This is
a
kinda
nut,
funny.
dude.
Your
My mom
mom's
is
awesome,
She's
dude.
a nut. She was your PE teacher.
yeah, she sure
Dude,
was, man.
Yeah, she always every
This
time.
is what this is about.
Whenever we see your show, she's
Yeah.
like, I taught him. I'm like, yeah, Mom,
Yeah.
I know, I remember.
Yeah.
So.
So she was okay. So we were gonna go to 7th grade, right?
Yeah,
We were in
yeah.
6th grade,
Yeah.
and she was the one responsible for giving us sort of the speech on what to expect when you go into athletics. And she was like, one thing you got to do is you got to go get a physical.
I know where this is going.
Yeah.
I already know where this is going. I
And
know exactly where this
she
is
was
going.
explaining that, and she said, and one of the things they do is they check for a hernia.
Uh-huh.
And dude, it freaked me out to no end that some dude was gonna be grabbing my balls, and I was gonna.
Do you want to know why? I know where that was going.
Why?
It's because we had that exact conversation in my own house.
Are you
right?
serious?
Absolutely, man.
No.
And my mom, right, who's like a total boy mom,
Yeah.
right? She's like, oh, get over yourself. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not pulling, like, I'm not doing it. She's like, just do it. Like, it's
Yeah.
not that big of a deal. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't have what I got.
No.
Like, you're saying that because you didn't have to do it. And, So like when we actually like went to do the physical, right? My mom like tells the guy, she's like, he's afraid, and I'm like, oh, bro.
So what happened? Did they do it?
Yeah, they did it.
So here's what happened to me.
They didn't do it.
I went to Darcy Stott's, and I was terrified, dude. And I asked your mom. I was like, well, do you have to do it? Like,
can I decline?
Yeah, and she was like, she goes, it's Mason, and I've done it. It's not a big deal. And I was like, all right. And so we had our Darcy Stott's, and I'm like terrified, dude. And she literally just asked me, she's like, any issues like down here? And I said, no. And she's like, okay, cool. And it didn't even do it. Yeah.
So I got to tell you, while we're talking about those kind of stories, this makes me think of my mom. So 7th grade, man. So, you know, we both went to Glenn. So you're a year behind me in school. So my 7th grade year, I get there and I'm like, you know, it never occurred to me that this was going to be like the first time I was going to go into a locker room where there was going to be like showers.
Yeah, dude.
And we were all good. Like, I guess I just never thought about it. So like football happens, we get there and I like walk in, I'm like, oh, wow, they don't have like stalls for showers in here. And I'm like, you know, I really didn't think much of it. So I go home, right? And I'm like, I kind of like tell my mom. My mom was cool, man. So I like told her everything. I'm like, so like, there's no like stalls. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, there's not individual showers in here. She's like, and? I'm like, I don't really see my stuff. And she's like, you're a dude. Like, that's my mom telling me, like, you're a dude, get over it. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. So next day, it's like the first day of like legit pads practice. And like, we come in the locker room. And man, like, I got naked, man. And I'll like go in the shower and I can like, you know, I like walked in and I remember like everybody's talking, you know, and then like I start showering and I realize like no one's speaking. And I'm like, I like turn around. I'm the only one naked. So like, you know, everybody would like shower with a towel on. Yeah. Not me, man. I'm just in there and I'm like, so I like go home and tell my mom. I'm like, Mom, dude, the most embarrassing. Like,
that's hilarious.
I'm like, I got naked. And I was like the only one naked. And she's like,
dude, you got it over with.
Why'd you get naked by yourself? I'm like, this is so confusing.
That's hilarious. This is so confusing.
My mom's a trip, man. She's so funny.
That's hilarious.
That's
dude.
funny when you. She was pretty funny when it came to anything like that, man.
One other time whenever I don't know if you remember this or you had to do this, but whenever they combined music class with PE, they did this like dance thing. It's like a dance fitness thing, you know what I mean? Oh, yes. And it lasts for like an hour.
Where do you think she got the ideas for that, Matt? Where do you think she practiced them?
At home,
me and my brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so I just
at home,
didn't feel like doing it. I didn't want to do that crap that day. And it was freezing. And I go, Coach Matthews, I don't feel that good. I just really don't feel good. Can I sit this one out? And she's like, I guess, Matt, but you're gonna be sitting out here all winter. And in my brain, I was thinking, all winter. Like I thought she meant like from now on I'm gonna have to sit on the side. And it was so stupid looking back. My mom, but yeah, I sat on the side and froze my ass off.
Since we're ripping on my mom, I'll tell one more story. Right. So when I got on the fire, I'm in rookie school. Okay? So I'm not like, keep in mind, like I'm in rookie school. People like all the firefighters, like they know who I am, but I haven't like done anything to be a firefighter yet.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Okay, I'm just still learning. Okay.
Yeah.
She's at Austin, right? She's a PE teacher at Austin, and she's getting close to retiring. Yeah. And she heats up a baked potato in the microwave in the gym with the tinfoil on and catches on fire. Oh shit. So
at Austin?
At Austin,
okay,
right? So the fire alarm goes off, the fire trucks show up, and they get there, and she's like, I'm so sorry, I'm Mason's mom. Like, and these guys are like, who? And she's like, Mason Matthews, he's in school, he's learning, he's gonna kill me because this is so embarrassing. Bro, it was like, I was like the laughing stock for like years, man. And they're like, you know, when I finally like got out of school and I get assigned to a station, this guy's like, your mom a teacher? And I'm like, yeah, how'd you know that? She's like, oh yeah, she burned the school down. She told us, you know Mason? Anyway, it's like totally embarrassing, man. My mom is just, she's a trip. Dude.
Yeah, dude, that's great.
She's still a trip. She's getting older, but she's a trip.
So do you think, are you going to retire from the fire department?
I will, man. The way our retirement works, you have to, like, to be able to draw for retirement, you have to have 20 years on and be 50. You have to be both. Oh, okay. So obviously I'm going to hit my 20 here in the next like
Soon.
three years.
So what are you gonna do for the next 7-8 years?
I'll have an option. I mean, I can retire at 20 and just leave my money in and then wait to draw it till I'm 50.
Yeah.
Or I could just stay. And I don't know, man. It kind of just depends. I mean, there's some other things I want to do.
What do you want to do?
I don't know, man.
You don't?
I've been doing this for so long, and it's so like built into like my identity.
Yeah.
I have trouble seeing myself do anything else. And I've had people call and be like, "Hey, man, you're a good communicator. You'd be good at like selling, or You know
what you should do, man? I think you would be an amazing public speaker. And I don't know how you would do that necessarily, but I think, dude, I just really think
here's my thing, Matt. If you think about like all of my public speaking now is about the fire department. Yeah. And what I mean by that is like, and I don't see it as like me getting up and telling people what I know. I see it as me getting up and saying like, I work for the fire department. I'm a public servant, and I'm just here to help you.
Yeah.
And, like, what do you want to know? So I don't really feel like I'm like selling myself or a product. As more just being like informative about.
No, I mean
that.
Something completely different.
I know, but that's what I'm wondering is if I don't have that. Am I as good of?
Oh yeah.
Like, would I be as effective? I don't know. I think that. Yeah, I've had people call and be like, "Hey man, you could come work for my company. You could sell dirt to a farmer."
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to sell dirt to a farmer. And the only reason you're seeing that is because you see me stand up and talk about like CPR and choking.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm not selling anything. Like, I'm just, man, in my brain, I'm just like telling people like how to be safer and that's something I'm really passionate about.
Yeah.
So I just don't know. I'm sure there is something out there, that I would become passionate about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I haven't been. I keep my eyes open, but I haven't like.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for
exactly.
that yet,
It'll come to you if it's meant to be.
I guess it will, man.
Yeah.
It's funny, man. I will say that if you look at like kind of how my life's like played out and my career and everything, it happened when I wasn't looking for it. And I guess I just kind of feel like the right thing will happen when it's supposed to.
It will.
And I'm just not. I really like what I'm doing. I'm really happy where I'm at in life.
Yep.
And that next thing will show itself.
It will. Yep.
So that's what I'm hoping.
That's cool. Yeah.
So I'm 40 and still winging it a little bit, but I feel like it'll fall into place.
It will.
So
yeah.
So man.
Lastly, I always ask everybody this: what are 3 things that you're genuinely grateful for right now in your life?
Genuinely grateful for, man, it's got to be my family.
Nice.
I will tell you, doesn't matter what happens in life, good, bad, ugly. I've had a long year, and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
And the one constant is family.
Yeah.
Man, they're gonna love you no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter how bad you screw up, no matter how great you do, those people are there to be your biggest cheerleaders.
That's
so
right.
Family number one. Man, my job.
Yeah.
I really truly feel my job's not just something I do. It is built into like my identity and who I identify as.
Yep.
So I'm really thankful that I have it. Number one, that I like it so much, and that I feel like it gives back to me as much as I give.
Cool.
To it. And then 3, man, I'm gonna say health.
Yes,
okay?
dude.
Man, there are so many things tied to our health.
Man, yes.
And like I said earlier, I think a lot of my like working out and like working out conscious type things had a lot to do selfishly probably with vanity for a long time when I was a younger guy. But it did build into me like this regimen of what is important to me and like being healthy. And man, as I'm getting older, and especially in my job, man, I cannot tell you how many like stuff I go on the ambulance where it is directly related to health, right?
Wow.
Activity level, weight, mental health. Man, I just, these days, man, it's hard to have your head screwed on straight.
That's right.
And I think that physical health, mental health, all of those wrapped up, spiritual health, all of that wrapped up in one is like, and if you've got any of those working in the right direction, like you're a lot better off than a lot of people.
That's exactly right.
So man, that's something that I think that, if I could keep those 3 things, right? If I always have my family, which I think I always have, if I always have a purpose or my job, and I've got the health to do it, man,
exactly.
Like what else?
That's right.
What else is there, man?
Exactly. You'll always be moving in the right direction.
I think nothing nothing's too bad at that point.
Yeah.
Nothing's too much to overcome at that point.
Yep.
That's just, yeah, man. Those are the three things that are most important to me.
Very cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything you want to plug or anything right now?
No, I don't think so, man. Fire department, man, if you're ever, man, when you said something about coming on here, I love the opportunity to like go and tell people, because I feel like people kind of know what we do, but don't.
Yeah.
Man, come over. Like,
cool.
Your tax dollars pay for the stations we're in, the trucks we drive, our salaries. Like, if you ever want to, like, I want to know what they do. I want to see the fire station. I want to go look at the truck.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Man, come anytime, dude. Like, anytime.
I could bring my son by?
Absolutely.
Oh, cool, man.
You pay for it. Like, that's what people don't think. Like, well, I don't want to get up in their stuff. No, man, that's your fire truck. Wow. You pay for that fire truck.
That's cool, dude.
You pay for the firefighters in there. You pay for the station they're in. Like, man, come by, look at it. If you're ever, you want to do ride-outs, man, we'd let civilians. Man, we let civilians do ride-outs.
Oh, that's cool, man.
You can go ride along on the ambulance with us, on the fire truck with us. Super simple. You sign some liability waivers, and that's it, dude.
Nice.
So, man, that's the only plug I want to put out there is, man, come see what we do.
Yeah,
man, it's a cool job.
Yeah,
really cool job.
Yeah,
and it's really crappy at times. If you ever see us at city council meetings or whatever, and we're talking about what firefighters need this, firefighter needs this, or fire department or police department need this. Like, there's a reason. Like, we're not just going, we need some cool stuff. Like, there's our job. This is an aspect of our job, and this is going to make it easier.
Exactly.
So that's the only plug I think I got, man.
Cool,
is that way. But man, I appreciate you having me on.
Dude, thank you.
I love what you're doing.
This is awesome.
I love what you're doing with your show, man.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
Like I said, I've been watching several of these. So then when you ask me, I'm like, absolutely, man. I'm down.
Dude.
So
Very
anytime
awesome,
you want to have me, man, I'll talk. You can talk about anything you want.
Yeah, dude. Very cool,
awesome, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks, buddy.
Dude. All right, guys. You heard it here. This was Mason Matthews. Take care, guys. We'll see you later. Dude, that was awesome.
That's good, man.
That was so. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you watching as usual. Thank you, Mason, for coming on the show, for talking about some really cool stuff related to the fire department, EMS. Thanks for educating us on a lot of cool things. Thank you for what you do.